So funny. When you go live on TikTok, right as you push the button, it says, we're notifying viewers that you're live in big letters. Live. I'm certainly alive. Hold on here. Hold on. Certainly alive. I think, oh, wow, it feels good. I would tell you what, it feels good. Feels good to be sitting here on a Wednesday morning. Good morning, Salvatore. A Wednesday morning on October 30th, I guess it is. 6:30 a.m. after getting a great night's sleep. And hearing my coffee pot gurgling in the background and in a comfortable chair. Be getting ready to have my very first sip of coffee. And have it all in front of me. My day. I woke earlier today and mine started racing. And I'm going, I don't work tonight. What am I going to do? Am I going to be able to work out? Am I going to be able to do this? Am I going to be able to do that? And it was like 3:30 in the morning. How am I going to pay the bills? You know, every thought you could have. And then I kind of realized the best thing to do was not ruin this day with 8 million thoughts or 8 million things I need to accomplish, or climbing Mount Everest, or doing a great show, or reaching out to friends or family or anybody, or doing anything that wasn't really relevant at that moment. And somehow just catching myself going, hey, because I'm not working today, I'm in a panic attack and I'm wondering all these things. How am I going to fill my day? How am I going to pay for everything? How's this and this and this and this and this? And somehow I was able to catch myself and go, you know, it's dark out. It's 3:30 or 4 in the morning. Got my whole day ahead of me. Not a dang thing I got to do. Not a dang thing I got to do. I don't have to work out. I don't have to go to a coffee shop. I don't even have to go live on Coffee with Ken if I don't want to. But the one thing I really should do is enjoy it and find some peace and quiet in the moment that was 4 o'clock this morning, and crawl back into bed and drift off back to sleep for a couple hours. Let me tell you, it felt good. I think I put too much pressure on myself to please people, to do a great show, to have everything figured out, to be in good shape, to be the best dad I can be, the loving friend, just pressure to be. And I don't know, I kind of let it all go this morning. I'll tell you what, it felt great. Kim Williams asked, what's a place you like to go when you want to be alone? I don't think it's a place. I think it's more of a mindset. And I think it's a great question related to that. I think when I'm out in the world, or I'm communicating with others, or posting videos, or creating content, or whatever, I think I always have let people into my mind and my thoughts too much. And I mean, it seems silly because here I am letting you guys in. But I don't have to let you all the way in. I don't have to let you all the way in. And I don't have to let people in my lives all the way in. And I think I did. And I think hopefully it's not just a one-day phenomenon, that I'm learning that's what boundaries are. And if I let a mean text from somebody that I got 2 days ago or yesterday, and let me tell you, I got a whole bunch of them. But if I let a mean text from somebody affect how I feel, affect almost my sanity, because I found myself talking to myself, going, boy, what the hell just happened? And I was letting it bother me most of the day. Sometimes I'll get mean comments on my videos, or even the supportive ones. I think maybe letting other people affect your emotions in any way might be dangerous. I had a longtime watcher that stopped watching 3 weeks ago now, named RJ. And he was supportive, he was loving, he was kind, he was generous, but every day he'd kind of send me his rating of my live show. He'd give it a score. Solid live. And when he said solid, I knew he didn't enjoy it too much, or fantastic live, or 10 out of 10, or, What if I stopped keeping score? And still read the comments, but didn't let whether I gave, who was it? Kim Williams just asked a question about where do I go to be alone. Didn't let the pressure of having a great answer, and I don't know if this makes any sense, but it makes sense to me, or having a great show, or being the perfect dad, or the best waiter, or the most fit 56-year-old. What if I didn't need it? Jack says, don't you accept compliments on my show? I sure do, Jack. But I can't rely on those compliments for my own feelings. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? I can't need the compliments. Yeah, I appreciate support. I do. But you know what I mean? I can't need it. I can't thrive on it. Are compliments what build your confidence? I hope not, truly, truly. And I think they were. I think they were what built my confidence. But you can't have confidence based. If your confidence, and this is hard to say, if your confidence is based in compliments, I don't even know if that's truly compliments or if that's truly confidence. Because confidence kind of has to come from within. And if I need somebody to give me a 10 out of 10 rating to feel good about what I'm doing, or because if they don't, what if they give it an 8 out of 10? I'm going, what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? Yeah, Jack, you're going, you shouldn't depend on others' opinions. Jack texted me this morning. I woke up this morning and I'm rubbing the sleep out of my eyes. And Jack, a longtime watcher, texted me and said, hey, are you going to go live this morning? That's pretty much a compliment. I don't need, Jack, I love if you say nice things about me, or tell your friends how great my show is, or say you love my show. But if I need that, and if that's what makes me go, I think you're building it, your own worth, sense of value, on a really fragile foundation. Because what if somebody takes their compliments away from me? then you're in a spiral, and wondering what you did wrong. Mowing God says the truth makes you humble and grounded. And I would assume mowing God means the truth is his faith in Christianity. Because I know mowing God is a very faithful person. And maybe he's right. Maybe he's right. Maybe he's right. I don't know. But anyway, good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. My name is Ken Tracy, and this is Coffee with Ken. It is, what day is it? It is Wednesday morning. It is October 30th. It is 6:40 a.m. Happy Wednesday. It's a show I've been doing for a while, and it's a show about me talking, and it's just going to be a show of whatever the heck I want. It's about a guy drinking a cup of coffee. It's not a show that I need to advertise or need to sell or need to even do great. I'm going to do great or do my best. But what does my best mean? It's me having a cup of coffee. I'm allowing people in to me having a cup of coffee. But I don't need to beg people to come and have coffee with me. I'm thankful for those that come and are nice and kind and supportive. But I can't put my sense of worth on how good I do a show or what a certain person texts me or a commenter that makes comments on my videos. Because that's just a fragile sense of worth. And that can be taken away. That can be taken away. John says he puts bacon grease in his coffee. As totally grotesque as that sounds, John, it might be pretty good. It might be pretty good. See, now that's out of the box thinking. I like out of the box thinking. And that there is out of the box thinking. I've never seen bacon flavored coffee with high fat. Slides right down your throat. He might be onto something. I mean, like I said, originally when I read it, I'm going, what the hell is he talking about? I'm going, might be good. Who would have thought dates with cheese stuffed in them were good wrapped with bacon? What doesn't make bacon make better? Jack says the Titans quarterback puts mayo in his coffee. Ever tried that? No. But mayonnaise is surprisingly good in a lot of ways. Ryan saying bulletproof coffee with Irish butter and coconut oil. Well, you guys are much fancier than me. It's about time you guys bring something of value to the table. All this time I thought I was pulling the load. I was needing you to say how awesome I am or how handsome I am or how cool my voice is or how wise I am. And I'm carrying the conversation. It's tiring. If I go out to my coffee with friends, I expect them to bring a little something to the conversation too. But anyway, again, I'm excited to have my first sip of coffee. My hope is that where you are and whatever you're doing, that you got a hot cup of coffee in front of you as well. Cheers to us. Oh, I must be feeling even better. It's getting tastier by the minute. Not by the minute, by the day. Friday morning, I woke very sick. Did my show. Only had one cup of coffee. and then kind of crawled back into bed and called into work and said I was too sick to come in. Could barely taste the coffee that morning. Get my taste back. And I'll tell you what, it tastes good. Had a friend I went to lunch the other day with, brought me a bag of goodies. She brought me the big size bag of pumpkin spice coffee. 17 ounces of heaven. 17 ounces of heaven. And she also brought me a bag of Sumatra and a bag of peanut M&Ms. And let me tell you, that bag of peanut M&Ms was good last night. Ryan asked, what's the plans today? Ryan, I'm just going to enjoy the heck out of this day. I don't have any plans. I woke this morning early at like 4 o'clock and was racing with plans and wondering if I'm going to work out and wondering if I'm going to get along with various people in my life, or wondering if I'm going to do a show, or wondering about all sorts of things. And I realized all the wonderment was causing me anxiety, and put my head back down on my pillow and drifted back off to sleep. Yeah, Ryan. And when you have thoughts bouncing through your head at that time, and you're going, oh, how am I going to make this day productive? I don't work today. I got the day off. What am I going to do? And all these thoughts were running around, and I go, I got the day off. I don't need to do a dang thing. Felt really good. Truly, Truly says we have a book club at Anderson Book Club at noon. Anderson in Naperville? Truly, Truly? You have to start work at 8 o'clock, 15 minutes. Nice to work from home. Oh, I bet it is. Yeah, it is. I wonder, Ryan, if you get lonely working from home, or do you miss interaction, or do you get enough of that during your day? Truly, Truly. I don't want anything on my schedule, but if you say you have a book club at noon at Anderson's, I could pop in and say hello. If I'm invited. I don't know if that was an invite. Maybe it wasn't. But I think what my point was, a little bit, besides not worrying about the comments or not worrying about the ratings, because, again, I don't think my confidence okay, Truly, Truly. Send me a message. Send me a message about your book club. I might show up if I'm invited. The Waco kid says they've worked from home since 2020. It's horrible for health sitting at a computer all day. Certainly seems like it would be. I would think you would have to get up every half hour and, I don't know, go for a walk around the block or something like that. Yeah, no, I would maybe struggle. Can you work from a coffee shop? Can you take your computers to coffee shops? That's what I would do. I mean, that's what I did as a realtor. I worked from wherever I was, wherever I had a computer. And I just bring my computer to a coffee shop and do work there, and email and call if need be, or do whatever. But I guess if you're on conference calls or Zoom meetings, all right, Ryan needs 3 screens. Ryan, I don't want you bringing your 3 screens into Starbucks or Pete's Coffee. That might annoy the crap out of me. I'd feel the radiation coming from your 3 screens. Yeah. Hey, Lee Otter said follow the live creator. Thank you so much for following the live creator. Oh, 3 screens in Microsoft Teams meetings all day. Yeah, that doesn't sound fun. That's not mobile. That's not something you could take to Starbucks. Jack wants to know if I have a better environment at Starbucks or Pete's. I've been enjoying Pete's a lot lately. It's a little more expensive. It's a little more expensive. It's a little, I mean, there's so many different Starbucks. I usually go to the one in downtown Naperville. And I don't know. Sometimes I'll feel like it, sometimes I won't. And I might be about to walk into Starbucks and I'll say, "Hey, let's go over to Pete's. It's a little quieter. There's some employees I'm starting to know pretty well over there, and that always seem to, I don't know, have the right energy, and it feels good." Is the Main Street Starbucks open yet? Didn't they do renovation? No, I was in it yesterday, I think. So it's been open for a while. Ryan says he's in property management business, not fun at all. Jack earlier asked, what's outside of Starbucks, what's my favorite pumpkin spice? This year I haven't had any other pumpkin spice besides the Starbucks. And so I don't really know, but I did do a taste test, and I had all three, Market Pantry and a Dunkin' Donuts pumpkin spice and a Starbucks pumpkin spice, and I tasted them all, and they all tasted worthwhile. And I think any individual preference would would come down to taste. Would come down to taste. Ryan wants to know, what did I like to order at Starbucks? I usually just get a tall coffee with cream. Why am I in a hotel? That's a long story. I don't even know if I want to get into it, but I'm thankful for it. And I'll tell you what, I slept great in this hotel last night. Oh. Not original. Said Starbucks K-Cups are the only thing at her house. She bought enough to last through January. Wonder if she has like a shelter in the backyard where she prepares for impending disaster and stocks up supplies. Sometimes I feel like that's me after groceries. I get 6 bags of coffee and make sure I have enough coffee filters, and then I'm ready to hunker down. Pantry in the kitchen. All right. What do I do for work? I have a coffee talk show. I go live every morning for about an hour, and I go live on TikTok, and people watch it for whatever reason, and not totally sure why, but I've realized they do. So if they want to watch me drink coffee and have a little conversation, that's cool. I like the company, and I like drinking coffee. And I post those videos on various social media platforms. And each of them grows every day, and that's a lot of fun. But when I'm bored, and what I just like to do for a little excitement is I wait tables at night at a fairly nice restaurant here in Naperville, Illinois. And I worked last night, and I have the day off today. And caught myself panicking because I have a day off. And caught me wondering how I'm going to handle every text, every negative comment, if my videos were going to be enough, if my morning talk show was going to be worthwhile, if I was doing enough, if I ate too much, if I was going to lift weights today, if I was going to get fat or going to get old or make the right impression or please enough people or make enough people smile. And somehow this morning I caught myself and said, screw all that. I got the day off. I can lay back down in bed and get some more sleep. And that's what I did. And I woke up super comfortable in bed and wondered about my show and wondered if I was going to go on and wondered if it was going to be good, if people would watch, if people would say mean things. I said, it's time to brew the coffee. Let's go. Let's not worry about anything of that. Let's not worry about a darn thing. I mean, let's push live because it's what I do for work. Because this is what I do for work. I talk for an hour uh, on TikTok right now. It's my platform du jour. And post those videos to other social media platforms. And I get paid for it. And I get paid for it. What do I do if people say mean things? Frankie, well, you've seen somebody saying some mean things. And I'm going to stop reading comments, maybe. I mean, I read these. Did I decide if you're going to do the job you had the interviews for, Alexander Hope said. Well, maybe the decision was made for me. They haven't offered it to me, and it's been a week. So maybe the decision's already been made for me. Ryan says I'd make a great radio host or a great podcaster. Ryan, I think that's what I'm doing. Nina Zeta asked if I'm in job transition. I don't think so. I think this is my job. I think this is what I do. I think I go live. I drink coffee. I let people watch me drink coffee and ask me questions and talk to me, and I say whatever the heck I'm going to say. You know, I often will tell people, well, I've had a lot of highs and lows, and shares the stories and the lessons I learned. And some people find it inspirational, and some people find it funny. And if you find it inspirational, thank you. And if you find it funny, that's cool too. And if you like to hop on and hate on it, maybe that's fine too. Yeah. Ryan, thank you. Yeah, I think I put too much pressure on myself, and it's funny. It's the opposite of what most people say. But they're not in my head. Ooh. They're not in my head. Yeah. It's hard always trying to do an awesome show or be the best dad or be the best waiter or be the most funny or then most of it kind of comes naturally for me. But I think when I put pressure on myself to do these things or be these things, that's one of the fun steps in it. Yeah. Did I make good tips yesterday? Yesterday was a slow day. I got sent home early. Yeah, no, it was real slow. I opened the restaurant and was slow, and they sent me home early. And I tell you what, I went home with a great dinner. Since it was slow and they were letting me go early, they paid for my dinner, and I took it home, and I'll tell you what, I ate it, and it was tasty. Franco goes, what am I selling? See, that's the beauty of my show, Franco. I'm not selling anything. It was the shrimp scampi, I'll just say. It was probably a little more garlicky than I know because I haven't seen anybody since I ate it. But I will tell you what, those shrimp were delicious. Yeah, again, back to but what am I selling? You know what's so cool? I don't sell anything. I sit here, I drink a cup of coffee, I say whatever. I meet people over coffee all the time. I meet them at Starbucks, I meet them at Pete's, and they'll go, well, what's your show about? I'll go, I don't know. What we've just been talking about could have been a show. And they'll be interested. I don't know why they're interested. I mean, honestly, I don't even know why you guys are interested. But does it matter? Do I have to figure out why 92 people are watching me on a Wednesday morning? Do I have to come up with some value proposition? Some elevator pitch? But I've realized, good morning, Meg, if I talk while drinking coffee, Dave Mason, well, Dave, you kind of got a glum look at life a little bit, I think. You got to turn that frown upside down a little bit, Dave Mason. Your comments always have a hint of yuckiness to them, and that can't feel good. Good morning from Florida. Trevor Alfonso, thanks. Follow the live creator. Jack says the conversations are fun. Well, good. But I think for me, Jack, and I guess what I was saying earlier, good morning from Athens, Ohio. For me, I don't think I need the pressure to make the show fun, I guess is what I'm saying, Jack. And I think sometimes I feel that pressure. And this morning when I woke up and I was relaxed and sleeping well, it felt so good. And I was wondering, do I want to try and work and make a hard show or make it fun or make it entertaining or inspirational or awesome? And I go, maybe I don't need to. Maybe all I need to do is brew the coffee, do a few stretches, pour the coffee, sit down, push live, and take a sip. And it seems to be working. And I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. But I can't worry about everybody. You know? Yeah. Because I can't do a show where I'm worried about offending every human being that hops on. Or I'm worried somebody's going to make fun of me for living in a hotel. Or I'm worried that somebody thought the show was boring. Good morning, Papa John. Because I can't let you all in that far. Because I can't let you all in that far. And I can't let the world in that far. Because the world's not supposed to be crawling in and you're not supposed to be getting the warm fuzzies. And maybe this is where Christianity comes in, or religion, maybe other faiths as well. Because in Christianity, they talk about Jesus and God and the Holy Spirit. And since you don't see them in front of you, and they don't usually say anything negative, or their opinions of my show could, don't vary, and they don't give me a 8 out of 10 rating. Because if Jesus said that that show was an 8 out of 10, that might hurt my feelings. That might hurt my feelings. Does my family like how open you are and having people around town know the business of the family? Like what business of the family? What business of the family? That I'm divorced? That I have children? I'm twice divorced even. I have 4 beautiful children. But other than that, really, what business of the family do I ever even talk about? I don't know. Is Big Wax in the chat? There's somebody named Big Wax. I wonder if he's got a brother named Little Wax. Oh, that feels good. I am going to enjoy my coffee this morning. And I am going to enjoy the crud out of this day. Yeah, well, truly, I think that's right. I think that's right. Yeah. And it's weird. Truly said, you only let people into a small percentage of my life, but they think it's everything. Yeah, and that's what's strange. That's what's strange. Like, yeah, people make judgments on you. And I've never pretended to be what are my plans for today? Womp wants to know. James asked if I work from home. Yes, I do, James. I do this for a living. I do this for a living. This is what I do for a living. This is how I make my money. I go live on TikTok for about an hour every morning. And I post that live on various social media platforms. And I edit that live into a bunch of shorts, reels, and TikToks that for some reason people want to watch and get value from. I don't sell anything, but I just be me and drink coffee and say my opinions and tell my stories and drink some coffee. And people watch. I don't know why. I mean, there's 68 people watching right now. There was 90 a minute ago. You know, I got home from work last night, gobble up my shrimp scampi, and it was delicious. It was delicious. And I'd had, one of the things that kind of stresses me is when I have more content than time to post it. And I usually like to post my shorts and reels and TikToks with, truly asked if I do videos not from lives. Yeah, occasionally. Sometimes if I have a thought, if I'm walking along the street and I have something I want to say, I might just flip the camera around and go, hey there. That's usually how I start those videos. I look at the camera and I go, hey there. Just walking through downtown Naperville, I had a thought cross my mind. This town could use, I don't know, it's a beautiful day. Share something I'm feeling. Hey, Kristen Powers, thank you so much for following the live. I appreciate that. But where was I? Oh, I got home early last night and ate my shrimp scampi, and it was delicious. And I'd had this big backlog of videos that ranged from really inspirational to almost insulting to really funny, I thought, about my thoughts on drinking and sobriety and alcoholism and AA. And I think it's one of my best series. And I said, what the heck? I'm not going to wait 2 hours to post these. I'm going to post them right now. And I was posting them as quickly as I could. And I posted them on every social media platform. And I'll tell you what, for a while I'm going, oh, is the audience going to be overwhelmed with all this content? Is that, I'm telling you, that's the thoughts I have. Is this too much? Are they going to get tired of the same story? Are they going to get tired of seeing me post a video every 15 minutes? Is this video worthwhile? Is this the right music? And then I said, screw it all. Here it comes. And posted it all. And didn't worry how it was received or whether I got good comments or negative comments or how many views or how inspirational, how many lives I've saved. And I will tell you, if I let all that stuff go, I think you'd really see this show take off. If I stopped worrying about a dang thing, worrying about how many views, how many likes, how many mean comments, how many eights out of, excuse me, what my score was, and just posted my videos and went live every morning for an hour and drank my coffee and didn't worry about the quality and didn't text anybody and say, hey, was that show okay? And just was me drinking a cup of coffee. Because for whatever reason, me drinking a cup of coffee, some people find entertaining or inspirational or enjoyable or like to hate on me or whatever. And if I stop worrying about it all, yeah, Kim Williams, trust myself, trust my path, put my faith in God, or this is where I am and this is what I'm doing. And it's working. It's working. For anybody to think it's not working, they're the ones that are delusional. I'm called delusional all the time. Well, I don't know. It's working. My audience is growing. My revenue is growing. I'm feeling better. I'll tell you what, I feel a heck of a lot better when I'm not stressed about every move I make and double, questioning everything I do and when I stop listening. And that sounds weird. And Alexander Hope said, so hard to let it all go, though. But boy, Alexander, it'd be so freeing, too. Because I'm good at talking. And apparently I have a good voice. And apparently I have a lot of life experiences that are interesting. So if I was able to put all the performance anxiety on the side, it just was me. And I mean, I pretty much am just me. You are seeing me here and you're seeing me every day, but what you're not seeing is me laying in bed wondering, oh, should I do my show? Is it going to suck? Will anybody tune in? Will I be funny, inspirational? It's worthwhile. Thanks, Ricky T. Thank you. Zena said her son was a TikTok creator and has 800,000 followers and wasn't even trying. It happened organically. People liked what he was doing. Yeah. I hate to even call this art, but in my way, it's art. If I'm a painter and I'm worried what the audience is going to think of my painting, I'm not going to be the best painter I could be. Because you got to paint what you see and the colors you want and what moves you, and be you. And not worry about what you can't control. What's my vision of Coffee with Ken? Maybe what if I didn't even have a vision and said it is what it is? I don't know. I think it's happening. I think it's happening. I mean, again, doesn't matter how many people are watching, but I'm thankful what they are. Do I have a vision board? No. No, I don't have a vision board. We used to make them a lot. In real estate, we'd put them up and I put pictures of fancy cars. I actually I had a picture of an Audi A6 on my vision board, and I did eventually get my Audi A6. So maybe they work. But if I had a vision board right now, uh, if I had a vision board right now, I mean, I might be to have another Audi A6, to be honest with you. I like that car. It's about all the car I needed. And have like a 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath, split level or ranch, uh, in a nice-ish neighborhood in Naperville. Doesn't have to be super fancy or super big. My friend from Wisconsin visited me with her husband the other day and drove down a street into downtown Naperville called Jefferson, and she was shocked and came up to me and said, "I just drove through the most expensive area in Naperville. There's all these castles there." It was kind of funny because they're not the most expensive, but they're certainly large. And I mean, I don't find them charming at all and wouldn't want to live in them at all. But they're all probably like, I don't know, 6,500, 7,000 square feet. I'm just kind of making that up. And not charming, $2.5 million, $3 million type homes in a subdivision. And they're kind of ka-chunk, 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 ka-chunk. I wouldn't want that at all. But what I'd want is a nice little yard with some nice trees and some nice sidewalks and a playground I could walk my kids to. And a room that had maybe a little boy's room and a little girl's room. Right now they're little, my 2 little ones, and they could share a room with 2 cribs and spend as much time with their dad as they can. Yeah. What street has the best houses in Naperville? I mean, I don't want to say what's best, but where would I want to live in Naperville? Other than this extended stay? I don't know. I'd want to be close to downtown. I waited on some people that had walked to my restaurant, and I'm right in downtown Naperville. I think that'd be neat. I mean, it's pretty expensive. The lots within walking distance start at least $500,000 just for the lots. I'm going to have to increase revenue. I'm going to have to build the audience. But I don't have to worry about building the audience because the audience is growing. And it's not because of the worry. It's not because of the fear or the anxiety or any of that. Just a guy drinking a cup of coffee and sharing a little bit of his morning with whoever wants to hop on. With whoever wants to hop on. It feels good. Oh. But again, it's Wednesday morning. I so appreciate you. Somebody asked me if I'm related to a Foods family. I don't know. No. I have so few relatives in the United States. And no, I don't think anybody that's related to me is in the foods business. But I'll tell you what, it feels so good. And when I say that, I'm hoping somebody else is hearing it. Nina Zena wants me to tell them about Naperville. It's a beautiful city. It's a beautiful city. It's got 150,000 people in it. It's 35 miles west of Chicago. It is, I don't know, maybe the 3rd or 4th largest city in Illinois. It's often rated one of the best places to raise a family. And it's got an incredibly cool downtown. It really does. I was a realtor. It was fun bringing people through the downtown. And because if you're from somewhere else, you know, it's not like living in Chicago or New York or whatever. But I'll tell you what, it's big enough and cool enough that you don't need to And if you're not afraid of a little traffic, and honestly, my friends that came in from Wisconsin the other day thought it was too big for them. I mean, they thought it was an awesome town, but it was too big and trafficy and bustling for them. But I like a little bustle. I like people watching. I like bars and restaurants. I don't even drink and I say I like bars. I don't even shop and I like stores. I like seeing people pushing strollers down the street. I like going into my favorite coffee shop and seeing people I know. I like being able to walk to the library and read the paper. And it's somewhere between a big city and a small town. And I think it's got aspects of both of it. I think it's got aspects of both of it that make it a really special little town or little city or big town. It's got a beautiful river walk. There's the West Branch of the DuPage River runs through the heart of downtown, and it's paved. It was paved about 40 years ago with bricks for a couple miles. And there's fountains, and there's statues, and there's stores, and there's people strolling, and there's beautiful trees, and there's covered bridges. It's really a beautiful, beautiful place. And I'm fortunate to live here. And I didn't know how fortunate I was till I moved out west and lived in Yellowstone and missed the Midwest. Why am I not a realtor anymore? It's a long one. I didn't like being a realtor. I was talking to a guy yesterday I met. He was at the coffee shop sitting next to me, and he told me to watch his stuff while he took a call, and I did. I made a joke. I said I won't steal it. I don't know how funny he thought it was, but he wasn't offended because he came back and we had a nice conversation. But I told him if I was sitting here and I was still a realtor and you were you and we were having this conversation right now, sir, I'd ask you, so when are you folks planning on moving? And I would be a salesman and you would be a potential customer of mine. And to see the whole world as a potential customer is a yucky feeling. And to have the whole world see me as a salesperson was a yucky feeling. And no matter how hard I tried when I told people I was a realtor, I mean, they'd want to tell me every real estate experience they'd ever had, and I'd have to be interested in it, or at least feign interest. Oh, yeah, the house inspector. Oh, yeah, the people screwed you. Oh, yeah, your lawyer sucked. Your realtor sucked. Your roof leaked. Your foundation had a crack in it. Oh, yeah, I know. And I couldn't stand that. I didn't want to walk into my friends' parties and having 10 people ask me how the market was. And it happened everywhere I went. Everywhere I went, whether I was wearing my real estate garb or my name tag or had a Remax or Keller Williams hat on or whatever. Everywhere I went, people asked me how the market was. And I couldn't be me. I couldn't just go, ugh. I couldn't tell anybody off. I couldn't share any true opinions. Because you didn't want to alienate half the customers. You'd never put up a political sign in your yard. You know, you had to kind of smear who you were. You know, and I'm not good at smearing who I am. And what I've realized and why I do this for a living, why this is what I do for a living. I create content. I go live for an hour a day on TikTok and I post those videos and I share those shorts and reels on various social media platforms is because I can be me doing this. I can be me doing this. Somebody said, look at the corporate world now. You cannot have an opinion. Yeah, I tried. I worked at Target as a stock shelfer. Every job I've ever had, I go, okay, I get in trouble for anything I say. For anything I say, I get in trouble. I couldn't stand it. Couldn't stand it. And now I can just be me. Now I can just be me. And I like me. And me doesn't have to answer every question. And me doesn't have to let people all the way in. And me can just be me. And I'm enough. And you are too. You guys are too. And you can't just be you in a corporation or working at a school. And even, I love what I do. I think I'm pretty good at waiting tables. But you obviously can't tell your customers off. And what's fun about this is if somebody here annoyed me, I could say, hey, you are annoying me. You are going to be removed from the conversation. And that feels so good. That feels so good. Truly, truly said, am I excited for Tuesday Election Day? I kind of am. Nina Zena said, yeah, we purchased a home in 2016 and their realtor got political. Our relationship went from great to bad. Yeah, because you can't offend anybody. And if you say anything or have any opinion, and my opinions are usually strong. They're usually right. You guys all know it. I'm usually right. But I'm going to rub somebody the wrong way no matter what I say. So I was kind of quiet because I didn't want to offend anybody. And even on this show, I mean, I didn't hold back too often. Realtors need to help sell and buy. I appreciate that, Sharon. But honestly, I don't even think realtors need to help sell and buy. I think the help and sell and buy could happen without the realtor involved. I think to buy, all you need is a real estate attorney that knows the paperwork. And you need somebody to open up the doors. I know if I was going to go look at homes today, I wish I could do it without a realtor's help. And when I say help, all I mean is turning the key. And to help sell your home, I'll tell you what, that's amazingly easy too. All the marketing, all the marketing we say we do, what sells the home is putting it on the MLS, and once it's on the MLS, it's on Zillow and Redfin and all the other places. Advice for folks who want to sell their own home. I mean, I think you could do it yourself. Price means almost everything. You obviously want it smelling nice, and you don't want the temperature bad, and you don't want crap lying around your house, and less clutter in your house is better. Peeling paint is bad. I mean, are these things that you need a realtor to tell you? But I think the key to getting your home sold is putting it on the MLS. And there's companies that'll do it for $300. We'll get your home listed on the MLS. It might be scary to go it alone because you don't have the confidence. But I'll tell you what, if we could almost take pricing out of it. Say you wanted to list your own home, and say you put the price on the MLS at $1. And I do mean $1. You would have every human being in town come through your home that first weekend. Anybody in the area that wanted to buy a home would come and look at your home. And you would have a bidding war. And somebody would bid 100 grand, and somebody would bid 200 grand, and somebody would bid 400 grand, and somebody would bid 500 grand, then somebody would bid 520, 527, 540, 542. It'd be like an auction. And your home would sell at the price it was meant to sell at. Trailblazer, you could probably Google that. Use that. Yeah, I just don't want to answer every question when Google's there for you. What companies will put a home on the MLS? Copy and paste that comment and take it to Google, and they'll tell you. Because I don't have their phone numbers, and I don't even know. What about closing paperwork? Bet you a real estate attorney could handle that. And you're going to need a real estate attorney anyway. And on the sell side, they charge that most of the money they make is on the title side. And, yeah. Honestly, I think, okay, and I was a realtor 17 years. I could do that. And maybe this is the value that is a realtor, some experience. But most of the realtors you're working with don't have any. But I could handle the paperwork. I could handle the listing. I could do it all for you. But what I couldn't do was sit around and feel like I was begging for business. I think I would have hired me. I would have hired me. But I couldn't put into words why somebody should hire me and not hire their cousin. And honestly, if somebody asked, why should I hire you and not my cousin, I might say, if I was to be honest, I'd go, well, because your cousin might suck. And I don't suck. And maybe that should have been the sales pitch. That could have been my elevator pitch. That should have been. Mr. Jones, my name's Ken Tracy, and I'm a realtor. I know you probably know 10 other realtors, but honestly, most of them probably suck. Do you want to use a sucky realtor? I didn't think so, so you better choose me because I don't suck. Seriously. A little bit of the problem with that is, again, you'd have to keep quiet, and you had to follow rules that were set up to protect the realtors, not to protect the customers. So I found something very disingenuous about the business. What was my value proposition to a client? I wish I would have had a better one. If I had a better one, I'd still be in the business. How about I don't suck? I'm great at what I do. I am great at what I do. I'm smart. I'm aggressive. I'm confident. I'm awesome. Do you want that? Then call your cousin. But if you do want that, here's the paperwork. I think I probably tried to sell too hard. But when half the city is a realtor, you feel you have to. And when you have to, you're desperate to pay your bills. Jeez. You feel you have to. And honestly, if I walk into a party and 10 people asked me how the market was, I wonder how they'd respond is, what if I said something else? What if I said, hey, shove that question up your butt. I'm here to have a good time. Can I still list part-time now? No, I don't have a audience. Josh Ogren, no worry about you being late, but I've had a wonderful show. It's been great. It's felt great. And I'm going to go live again tomorrow. Sometime probably between 5:30 and 6:30-ish. And I'm just going to have a cup of coffee. And if you want to join me, we'd love to have you. Because this is what I do for a living. I go live for an hour a day, and I drink some coffee, and I talk. And I'm thankful for you for tuning in today. And I am thankful for the great night's sleep I got last night. And I'm thankful for the coffee in my hand and the fruit and the food in the fridge and the roof over my head and my 4 beautiful kids and my 2 ex-wives that are doing a great job loving on my kids when I'm not around. And thankful for my dad and my sister and my brother and the lessons I learned from my mom and the passion of my mom. And thankful for my brother Steve, although we never really got along. I continue to be inspired by him today. And, yeah. So thank you so much for hopping on today and following along in my show. I hope you subscribe to my page, like my videos. Whoa. Somebody just sent me a Boo the Ghost. I love it. I love it. And, this was fun. And I appreciate you guys so much. I hope you are feeling good. I hope you had a great night's sleep. I want to thank you for joining. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. I hope you are feeling good. I hope you are loving yourself. I hope you're forgiving yourself. And as always, I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.